The distress beacon pierced through the silence of deep space like a knife through flesh. Joshua Martinez, combat engineer aboard the UES Valiant, was the first to detect it, a faint, desperate pulse from the forbidden zones of Sector 7G. "Captain, I'm picking up something unusual," Joshua reported, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "It's not standard Alliance protocol. The frequency, it's organic." Captain Madison Chun materialized beside his station, her sharp eyes scanning the readouts. "Organic? That's impossible. There's nothing out there but dead worlds and asteroid fields." "Permission to investigate, ma'am?" Madison studied the young engineer. At 26, Joshua still carried that earnest determination that hadn't been beaten out of him by 5 years of service. She saw herself in him. Before the wars, before the losses. "Take a scout ship. I'm coming with you." The planet's surface was a hellscape of volcanic activity and toxic atmosphere. Through the thick clouds of sulfur and ash, their scanner picked up a massive heat signature near a collapsed cave system. "There," Joshua pointed. "Something's alive down there." They descended through the maelstrom, the scout ship's shields screaming in protest. When they finally touched down, what they found defied every xenobiological classification in the Alliance database. She was magnificent and dying. The dragon, because what else could one call a creature 40 meters long with scales like molten copper and wings that could blot out suns, lay pinned beneath a rockfall. Her breathing came in labored gasps, and her eyes, impossibly intelligent, impossibly sad, fixed on the two humans with a mixture of hope and desperation. "Good God," Madison whispered. "She's sentient." Around the dragon's body, 5 eggs the size of transport pods pulsed with bioluminescent light. The mother's wings stretched protectively over them. Even in her agony, Joshua was already moving, his combat engineering instincts taking over. "Captain, the rockfall is unstable. If we use explosives, we could kill her and the eggs. But if we do nothing, then they all die." Madison understood. She looked at the dragon, and the dragon looked back. In that moment, something passed between them, an understanding older than words. "We saved them." For 6 hours, they worked. Joshua rigged a graviton harness while Madison used the ship's cutting torch to slice through the smaller debris. The dragon watched them, never making a sound despite the pain that must have been excruciating. When the final support beam was removed, Joshua activated the harness. The rocks lifted, and the dragon pulled herself free. She collapsed immediately, her strength spent, but her eyes never left her eggs. Madison approached slowly, hands raised. "We need to get you all off this planet. Can you understand me?" The dragon's head lowered until her massive eye was level with Madison's face. Then she did something extraordinary. She spoke, not in words, but in pure thought that crashed into Madison's mind like a tidal wave. "Thank you, small one. I am Kares, last of the Draconari. These are my children, the last hope of my people. I am dying, but they must live. We'll take you to our medical bay," Joshua said, somehow knowing she could hear him too. "Our doctors." "No." Kares's thoughts were gentle but firm. "My time ends here, as was prophesied. But you, humans, you risked everything for strangers, for creatures you'd never seen." "Why?" Joshua and Madison exchanged glances. It was the engineer who answered. "Because it was right. Because they're children who need protecting. Because," he paused, searching for words, "because that's what we do. That's what makes us human." Kares's mental voice carried something that might have been laughter, or tears, or both. "Then let me give you a gift, Joshua Martinez. Madison Chun, my children will know you as guardian and guide. When they wake, they will carry my memories of this day. They will know what you did, and they will choose whether to trust your species with the knowledge we possess." "Wait," Madison said urgently. "What knowledge?" But Kares was already fading. Her massive body began to glow, energy transferring from her dying form into the 5 eggs. They pulsed brighter, brighter, until the cavern blazed with copper fire. "Raise them well, guardians. Teach them your courage, your compassion, and when the time comes, when the darkness that destroyed my people returns, they will remember. They will fight." Then she was gone, her body dissolving into streams of golden light that flowed into each egg before winking out like extinguished stars. 10 years later, the US Valiant had become a legend. Not for military victories, but for what flew beside it, 5 magnificent dragons, each the size of a frigate, scales shimmering in colors that defied description. Captain Madison Chin stood on the bridge, now an admiral, watching her unconventional fleet conduct maneuvers. Beside her, Chief Engineer Joshua Martinez monitored the bio readings of their 5 charges. Guardian. The voice in their minds was warm, playful. Scarix, the youngest and most mischievous. Guide. Watch this. The dragon executed a barrel roll that would have shattered a ship's superstructure. His siblings followed, their joy in flight infectious. Show off. Kareth, the eldest, chided. But her mental voice carried affection. Joshua grinned. They're getting stronger every day. Soon they'll be. The alarm cut him off. Red lights flooded the bridge. Admiral, the sensor officer called out. Multiple contacts emerging from hyperspace. Configuration unknown. And ma'am, they're heading for Earth. Madison's blood ran cold. Then another voice filled their minds. Kareth's, but deeper, carrying echoes of Caress herself. The darkness returns. But this time, Guardians, we fight together. Your people saved us. Now we save you. This is what family does. As1, 5 dragons banked toward Earth. Joshua and Madison exchanged glances, the same look they'd shared a decade ago in a dying cave. Together, Madison said. Together, Joshua confirmed. Behind them, the dragons roared, a sound like thunder and trumpets, like joy and fury combined. And the UES Valiant followed its children into battle, Guardian and Guarded united at last. The darkness had returned. But humanity had dragons now, and the dragons had found their purpose, protecting the species brave enough to save strangers, compassionate enough to raise orphans, foolish enough, human enough, to believe that doing the right thing was reason enough.